Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So I want to talk about a new product, and I am calling this the Breachers Edition. So I've been playing a lot of Breachers. It's a really fun game. Got a lot of polish for a competitive shooter, but not a lot of adjustment options. So my other versions with the forearm brace, still the guns were a bit wobbly, and they only have forward and backward tilt. So I went to work and tried to figure out how to address this problem. So I already had the front end grip figured out, but the challenge is, that kind of gets in the way of handling pistols. Fortunately, in Breachers, the pistols aren't all handled, the same way that you normally would. They have an additional place to grab them. Kind of gave me this idea to use a paddle type thing to make it very easy for you to grab a weapon. So when handling a pistol as a weapon, you can just easily grab this, and this keeps things nice and synced. And of course, with the Cyclone, you can use this front grip, which is perfectly aligned for SMG style weapons. So really what this comes down to is, in Breachers, you need to have a gun stock that's really well aligned. So when you grab a weapon, because you can't adjust it to where your hand is, you need it to be in that exact position in space so the gun doesn't snap, in the game and have the reticule move. So I have some footage here in a minute that I'll show you that really shows exactly what I mean there. But I have this for Quest 2 and Quest 3. Those are the two that I actually own and can test for. So it is exclusive to those two, at least at the moment, because you need to have this lined up perfectly with what is considered the front of your controller in the virtual world in that game, because you can't adjust to realign things in the game. The game does not have those settings. So what you end up with, what I ended up with, is this, basically the exact configuration. So I'll have an instructional video on how to configure this, but I will also be having alignment marks when I ship this product out, so you know exactly how to align it and where things line up best. You'll have some preference, if you want this longer or shorter, if you want to have this angled in different ways, but you really need to set up in a pretty particular fashion to get the guns in the game to work the way that I'm advertising this for, which is when you grab this, the gun doesn't flop around because it has your hand somewhere else that it doesn't expect. You're grabbing this at the exact spot that the virtual gun in game wants it to be, and so the reticule doesn't move, and maybe like that much. That helps you keep your aim nice and true as you're reloading, etc. And of course, the color combination, just for to celebrate Breachers and possibly Ukraine, is blue and yellow. Those are the two team colors in game. So let's go ahead and hop in the game and show you what this thing is all about. All right, so here we are in the gun range. I'm going to kind of go through a few weapons here and maybe then go play around. So again, this right here, this paddle allows you to grab the weapon, grab the pistol, and have really good two-handed control over it. So it makes it really quick in the pistol round to be able to stick with this setup. It sweeps past the wrist. You're still able to handle and grab items very easily. And then you easily transition to your submachine gun and rifle, all from a single device. You're not having to mess around with any settings. So let's give this a shot. New high score. Easy as that. All right, so let's go try an SMG. Viper. And see, just a quick thing to show you, when you grapple the gun, the reticule hardly moves. So that really helps with these types of, when you're reloading. You'll see here in a second. But let's go for this. bad. Let's demonstrate some assault rifles. Obviously I could do this for quite a bit. There's a lot of guns and I love the gun range in this game. So the cool thing about breachers is it does let you grapple the guns in a few different ways. So if you do accidentally, like when you're first learning, grab the SMG, you can stick with the rifle or vice versa. But it's built to really line up perfectly in the game, as I mentioned. New high score with a couple mistakes, but hopefully, yeah, you get the idea. Very quick, and when you grab the gun, the reticule hardly moves. I'm gonna have these things marked out to how they should be laid out, and of course there's some preference that you might have if you want to tilt the gun forward or back, but honestly I really recommend it this way. So just feeling with my hand, the cheek weld perfectly lines up. The butt of my product lines up with the butt of this. The grip point lines up with the grip point of the gun. And what's really cool is in certain weapons, like the Mari, you kind of get this shape. So this really helps to kind of emulate that shape, which I think feels great. And the overall idea is with these L shapes, is you just feed the controller kind of feeds itself in, and that hits the button, and then you grab from there. And it's a very natural, it's better than finding a magnet and trying to clip in. So no magnets, no clips, no strings, kind of my motto. So that is the Breachers Edition Gunstock. So thank you so much.